There I am again. Hello. So let's move on to capture 3. That's I don't want that capture. I want this capture. Which, I need to get rid of some stuff here. It's made a lot of mess. Boop, boop. Boop. There we go. So, moving on to why everybody's here again. Great game, guys. Beautifully played. Let's pay out the predictions if anyone did them. Choose prediction outcome. There you go. Enjoy your channel points. Use them wisely. So there's the top cut for. There's the top start of 32. But before that, seeing as it's going to come out in 12 minutes on YouTube, let's go to the KOTE 9 reveal. Because that's where the majority of people are here. Oh, do you want to wait? Nah, let's here we go. KOTE 9. Well, that is the poster. It's not what I wanted. This is what I wanted. Oh, over them. I'm gonna just start that again. Alright, so there you go. KOTE 9. Yes, it is Karen from the Swindles format. It's a beautiful format. As we sort of said, we were really struggling to come up with a format that would deviate enough from KOTE 8, but would carry on the momentum, because we saw that KOTE 8 brought in a lot of teams. We want to kind of keep people interested, but we're looking at feedback. People don't want to always have to play overpowered decks. People don't want to always face overpowered decks. But what we saw in the feedback we got at the minute is people wanted an event now where they can keep the same deck. In KOTE 7 and KOTE 8, people were changing decks throughout the event. So for KOTE 9, you'll keep the same deck, but the format you will play will vary depending on what your opponent picks for you to play. Very interesting. And whether or not coaching will be allowed will depend on the KOTE 8.5 event that Patreons are very excited for, that we'll be going through next week. It's definitely going to be mind games. You don't want to be... Mori is not an event that you're going to want to be bringing multiple very powerful decks to. If you go to the Swindle Discord, Karen has written a very comprehensive article on how to pick a deck from there. And yes, Dark Tidings will be allowed once it is supported by TCO. The same as KOTE 8. If by some miracle Dark Tidings is out before KOTE 8 ends, people will be able to play their Dark Tidings decks in KOTE 8. But the lower we get down, the worse those Dark Tidings decks are going to get. basically we were looking through different options. We were looking at trying to work a triad in. We were looking at doing one of our originals, which is basically every house being represented. But the Dark Tidings delays messed us up. We didn't want to do an event that relied on Dark Tidings being out after we saw how much of a mess was going on in the actual production of Dark Tidings. Because it may very well, even at May 25th, it's not fair to you, the players, for us to go, here's a Dark Tidings event, bring your best Dark Tidings decks. Because if the set's only been out a month, some people are going to have 1,000 decks, and some people are going to have 2. And that isn't fair. This is a fun, casual tournament, which some people take very seriously. So we want to be able to cater to everybody. So looking for an event where people could play Dark Tidings if they wanted, but was fun for everybody, was really hard, as well as trying to maintain the momentum of KOTE. And we decided on Mori being the best solution to this. We've got some great ideas moving forward for KOTE 10, KOTE 11, KOTE 12. Once set 6 is out, we've got set 6 is out, we've got a KOTE format ready for that. Seeing as people got very short memories, that will be 6 set triads. So each team will have the 6 sets divided between the 3 players. So each player will have 2 sets, and it'll be a triad based on those 2 sets. So it kind of like you can ban one, your opponent plays the other, but it'll be 6 sets over the team. It's gonna be workshop down from there. I'm really excited about that one. That one is one that me and Simon are working on. But Mori is a really good set. I keep teasing you with the actual pairings. Display capture off. KOTE 9. And what we're really happy for is the art. Josie, our artist, I told Josie that the format was Mori, which meant 3 fates, and I asked her to basically design artwork with the 3 fates in mind, going for a Greek Roman feel, and she went above and beyond. Josie and her partner did absolutely amazing here. We got sleeves for KOTE 7. KOTE 8 was we've tried really hard to get some sleeves for a giveaway for KOTE 8. It doesn't look like it's going to happen because Dragon Shields changed their shipping, so they no longer ship to the UK. We had a look at some other companies, but they didn't. But the quality wasn't kind of what we were looking for after KOTE 7. But given this art, given how beautiful this art is, we will get sleeves of this made for a giveaway. If you want this art, Josie does sell the art to people to use for whatever they want. I know Karen's already in talks about getting a copy of this art with Josie to be able to be used, but Josie went above and beyond with this art. I want to get this on sleeves. I want to get a set of these sleeves for myself because it's absolutely beautiful. Josie's done amazing work, and huge hats off for that. Victor coming in with the formal. But the second reason why everybody's here is for going for the pairings. So, those of you in KOTE 3, do not feel bad because you're in KOTE 3. Please do not. Every one of the teams here has the potential to win. And we really look forward to having you here. Look at the Key Frogs. Key Frogs came in their first event and were in the 5th cut, and now they're in the top cut. Every team has the ability. Every team here can win it. So, for those of you playing in the 3rd cut, please don't feel down. It's just amazing that you guys are still playing. So we've got a fair few drops and buys. So we're going to see we've got some top 16. But going through straight to what we got left. Well, we haven't got any games. It looks like going straight into the top 16 here with Wild Wormhole versus Ford Jad Overcada, Templars of Sanctum and Toads. Senseless get a buy into the top 8. Go Senseless. FCS Steelers, we're taking on easy from the bottom UAP. Hong Kong, HKB get a bye going straight in. FCS Sharks and Arkham Fire get a bye going straight into the top 8. And Coast to Coast take on the Moon Keys. It really is. Karen put a lot of effort into the work for Maury, and it's really good that we can pay off the work of the community and show that these kind of events are going in there. If you do come up with an event and you want us to try and rep it in some way, please let us know. Again, KOTE 8.5, which we're going to be going over next week, is not only a way for us to look at the coaching discussion that we've had over KOTE 8, but it's also a way for us to look at if we should do more one-off events. The actual KOTE 8, KOTE 9 are very long events, especially now we're doing round robin. So if we can do some smaller events in between KOTEs to kind of break it up and give the admins a bit of a break, we'll do that as well. Moving on to Cut 2, which... Why are you not showing me? No, Chris, what's happened to Cut 2? Can I see Cut 1? No! What's happened? Of course the directory goes down when I need it. Where bracket go? Luckily for me, I always have a backup plan. And if I go to my Windows and I go down and I go up a bit, I can then go to the top 32 and I can just put it in here because I was prepared for this situation. The directory goes down all the time. Cut 2 was literally finalized about an hour ago because we were waiting on a couple of results. But the top Cut 2 will be there, and for those of you that are in there, I do apologise. I would love to give you your pairings now, but I can't because it seems to have just died on me. Yeah, but at the top 32, congratulations to everybody in here. You have got the chance of taking the crown and the playmats, chain trackers, and all the other goodies that we've got stashed around here, and possibly some other stuff. But at the pairings, Team Maverick Hong Kong will be taking on AFK Peter, Stefan, and Madame Pompadour. Knowledge is Power taking on Keyforge Granada. Amber Minimum taking on 1am. Key Frogs, you have got the sloppy lab work. The winners of KOTE 5, top cut winners, top cut participants in most of the events they've taken on. Very powerful team, and I do believe that Mr. Justin Russell is in the chat as well. So that's going to be a very interesting game, and I really wish both teams the best in that one. It's a shame that both of you can't win and move on there. But moving down the list, the French will be a good challenge fight. Yeah, let's see if Carl can keep up his undefeated streak. The French Imp AFK will be taking on the Midwest Martians Need Amber. Can't Touch This, the Wolfpack will be taking on Team Coxina. Team Coxina got top 4 in their first KOTE event last season. We're poised to be one of the teams to auto qualify, but unfortunately we're taken down by Team Sloppy Lab Work in the round 7, so we're not able to auto qualify, but faced off against the Team Exalted Grump Buggies and managed to make it into the top cut. New York City will be taking on Southwest Snacklifters 2, who we just saw play. Then we've got D20B taking on Manchester Mavericks A. That's going to be a hell of a game. Welshing Fetchman will be taking on Not Finished with Your Mamooks. Again, another team that you always see in the top cuts. The AC Regulars will be taking on Repout. That is going to be a hell of a game. Repout been on top form throughout the entirety of KOTE 8, and the AC Regulars got through on after taking on the Southwest Snacklifters Team 1. Going to be a very powerful game soon. Here, Madrid Archons taking on Lickall. Lickall, another top 4 finisher in their first ever KOTE last season. Starship Looters AFK will be taking on D20A. Invidious's Gleeful Nephews taking on Team Cute. There's some spicy games here. Russian Smiths taking on Hamburg Atlanteans 1. Hamburg Atlanteans 1, a very powerful team. All the Hamburg Atlanteans teams very powerful, as well as Cancer Assist. This top 32 is just stacked to the rafters. Better Call KOTE taking on Not Much to Protect. And Can't Touch This, the Aces, the current returning champions, will be taking on Ancient Bear Republic, the Old Paddies. And this is your bracket now. So what I was saying before is when we move to the top 16 next week, and we go down to the 66 SAS limit, you will know who your opponents are most likely going to be based on the way you're going here. So if the Key Frogs win here, they know they're taking on 1AM or Amber Minimum. So they can go and look at 1AM and Amber Minimum's 66 SAS decks from round 5, round 4, 60, 62, 64, round 4. So they can go look at the round 4 decks and they can see what they played there. And if they want to, they can try and pick decks which directly counter the decks they pick there. Love that. Can't Touch This being in opposite brackets means that the only time Can't Touch This will be facing each other is if they make it to the finals against each other. That would be a hell of a final. And Amber Minimum, nice to have you here. It's gonna be a hell of a show. All these games are here. While I've got so many people here, what should be my featured game? I've been talking with the admins. I've been talking with more people. We were looking at ones like Amber Minimum and 1AM because we haven't really featured those teams. Lickall and Madrid Archons. I honestly cannot pick a game here that to purposely feature. Key Frogs unfortunately have already been featured in so Sloppy Lab Work, so they're kind of out of the running. I want to kind of feature teams that haven't already been featured because they might not get another chance to be featured, if that makes sense. If they lose here and I'm recording a game of teams that were recorded in Swiss, I kind of feel bad. I like to record teams that haven't. I want to spread the love. The Key Frog game would be brutal, well, not brutal, but fun to watch. But we did cover the Key Frogs a little bit earlier. Same with Cute. Can't Touch This, I believe, got some love earlier on as well. It's really hard. I don't know who to pick. If you have got suggestions, do hit me up with them. But I'm kind of leaning towards Amber Minimum 1AM. I think that was going to be a hell of a game. I don't know. Right, so I think that's pretty much. Oh, that's not my face. Oop, there we go. I think that's pretty much my lot, guys. So it's a bit shorter than usual. We usually finish like 20 minutes longer. I really do hope you enjoyed it, just be me. Chris will definitely be back next week, and I'm going to get my revenge on Chris in the top 4 because I can't do that stream. It's my wife's birthday, so he'll be doing that either alone or with another admin. It's been really great to have you guys here. I'm going to start rolling the credits, and we'll see you all next week for the top 32 games in the top 16 reveal and the reveal of KOTE 8.5, which I am so pumped for KOTE 8.5. I cannot tell you. We've been talking about it in the Patreon, Patreon only channels, and you might have seen we've got some new emotes in the Discord, which might be a little bit of a hint as to what's coming. But KOTE 8.5 is going to be one of my favorites to do because it's a 2-day event. It's a 2-day event, one Saturday and then another Saturday, and I can't wait to stream that chaos. with that kind of teasing done, I'm going to drop to the end screen and I'm going to jump out. Bye.